So the EFF in Northern Cape made a bold promise to protest in Orania, only to chicken out harder than a vegan at a KFC. Let's get into that.
My wife, she get it. Yeah.
Did I hear that correctly? Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Newsflash. I'm your host, Emilio. Thanks for tuning in. The EFF in the Northern Cape announced with great revolutionary flair that they'd be marching on Orania, the semi-autonomous Afrikaner town that lives rent-free in their minds. They spread this poster far and wide on social media, and then those flyers, those posts disappeared faster than accountability at a state tender meeting. Instead of heading to Orania, the protest was quietly rerouted to the Premier's office in Kimberley. So basically, they were going to storm the castle, but took a detour and got lost at checkers. The EFF's Northern Cape chairperson said Orania threatens the unity of South Africa.
Yeah, right.
Which is rich considering the EFF's idea of unity is shouting slogans that rhyme with expropriation and kill the Boer. Meanwhile, Orania's spokesperson Joost Strydom was completely unfazed. He said they had a contingency plan already. Jack Miller from the Cape Independence Party took the opportunity to troll the EFF, reminding us of their Brackenfell bravado. Jack even proposed to send peacekeepers to watch the march. So anyways, even though they switched their destination, I feel there's a point to be made here. Like, the EFF seems to think that they're still relevant, and let me preface this. I think Julius Malema is a very dangerous man. I think what he says should be taken seriously and should be condemned, mainly because that type of rhetoric in 2025 has no place. And I've explained before the double standards that seem to exist now. I mean, have a look at what he recently said here in this clip.
Comrades, they must be reminded all the time that they are thieves, because anyone who steals is a thief. And when they say, I am not a thief, I did not steal anything, I was born after 1994, you must tell them, anyone in possession of a stolen goods is a criminal. Therefore, they are thieves too. If they don't want to continue with the legacy of their parents, they must return the stolen goods to the rightful owner. We will see whether we'll forgive them or not.
Okay, so the biggest problem here with Julius's statement is is that there's a lot of people that were born after 94 that actually didn't inherit their parents' land. There's a lot of people that have bought land. They worked hard to buy land, if you got a job and you worked hard and you bought land, you didn't get land or the house from your parents. You didn't steal it. And even if you did get the house or the land from your parents, who's to say they stole it? Again, there's something in the Constitution called restitution. Perhaps Julius should look that up. But anyway, that is not what is alarming in this clip. Here is what's alarming in this clip.
Comrades, these people must know that as long as the land is still in the hands of the minorities, there will never be peace in South Africa.
Now, it feels that ever since the Concord ruling that kill the Boer is now protected speech, it feels like Julius Malema is becoming a little bit more emboldened. And like I said before, I think it's important to shine a light on this guy, even though the majority of South Africans don't really believe in what he's saying or don't buy what he's saying, and I'll get to that in a moment. But here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe we have a politician like this that goes on stage and says this kind of stuff in 2025, and he needs to be condemned for it. But luckily, like I said, most South Africans are not buying his BS. In a poll conducted in 2024 by the IRR, they asked the question, what are the two issues you think should be the top priorities for the government in South Africa? And look at what the people said. Unemployment and creating jobs is top priority, with 49% saying so. Then after that was the abuse of women and children, and closely after that is crime or safety and security, then corruption, electricity and load shedding, illegal immigration, and education. Out of the top 7 issues, where is land reform? I'll show you right at the bottom. So it just goes to show you that the populace, that the majority of South Africans don't give a damn actually about land reform. They want jobs, they want to care for their family, provide for their family, they want to get out of poverty. They also want a functioning electricity grid and water supply. And they want to be safe in their own country. And they want to get a great education so that they can be uplifted out of poverty. Because with great education comes a job. Job means you get to provide for your family, so on and so forth. That is what the majority of South Africans want.
Yeah, exactly.
So while this man goes on stage and spews this rhetoric, and I think it does land with a few people, and obviously it does because there are some people who feel emboldened now and have been doing land grabs in South Africa. Luckily for now, though, the majority of South Africans are not lining up to buy a red beret. Personally, I think the EFF is falling apart. However, if they are given the opportunity to join the GNU, who knows what's going to happen. But as South Africa gets worse, calls for certain provinces in South Africa to gain independence gets louder. But let me know what you think about all this in the comment section, ladies and gentlemen. And while you're there, leave a like on the video, share it far and wide, and subscribe to the channel. Got more content coming your way. And don't forget to become a member. It goes a long way to supporting me and this channel and helping me to produce content for you guys. And if you can't become a member, that's okay. Consider giving a super thanks or sasa thanks, as we call them on this channel. With all that being said, thanks for watching. Your Newsflash is in.